Hello traders, welcome back to my channel. Let's do our weekly analyze. Here you can see on the gold chart on the daily trend time frame, you can see daily strong break of structure. Here you can see we had this previous structure that is broken now. That was broken on 22 December on Monday, and after this break of structure we wait for the pullback. We can expect some type of pullback near to this FVG area, basically fair value gap, or it can come down to this pivot demand zone as well. So let's see how the market will be performing next week. Here you can see after break of structure, we can just use our fit tool to see where's our 50%. We can expect market to come down all the way down here, but since we know the gold never pull back that much, it can pull back a little bit and then go up. So we can expect pullback on this level, and we can try to capture this and play this move. Let's look at the low time frame. On the 4-hour, you can see we had the strong breakout as we seen in the daily. Here also, if you see the minor structure, basically internal structure was breaking out, but we never get enough pullback, I believe. So after this pullback, if you just use your flip tool to see if you get 50%, here we did get 50%. And also if you see, this was a really nice zone. We had this fair value gap, so we could have looked into and play this move. However, I couldn't able to capture this as I was away. This happened in New York session. I was not present at New York session anyway. However, as you see, this fair value gap helped a lot. Now we broke big structure, so now we expect some type of full pullback. But if you see this recent internal break of structure, we didn't get enough pullback, so we can expect some type of pullback within this area and then pull and then go up. So we can keep eye on this one on the 4-hour. However, we can go to the 1-hour as well to see how 1-hour is doing. If you see the structure, we can see we had a clearly break of structure. After this break of structure, we are waiting for pullback. So after this break of structure, we didn't get enough pullback. It came down nearly 5 candles, but we never came down back to 50%. This is our guideline. Basically, it's not rule that the price needs to come, but for our understanding, in order price to move up, they usually come down to get more liquidity and then go up. Here you can see we have the inducement zone where people can buy, as there might be some seller buyers who are using the supply and demand, and some of them might be using support and resistance. They might be buying from this zone. So yeah, we expecting price to come down around this area. It can come down all the way down here as well. We will wait and see if we can get any type of a market structure, and if we get our entry structure, then we can look into the buy. So we can go down to 15-minute as well to see how 15-minute looking. So you can see, similar to 1-hour, we had a strong break of structure. After break of structure, we again wait for the pullback. This is our fib level, 50%. We can expect pullback to at least this area, as we expected in 1-hour and 4-hour, or even this area. So we will wait for market to give us some form of structure, then we can get into this trade. However, we will closely monitor this selling position as well if we can get any chance. I'm sure during the agent session there might be some market slowdown due to the holiday season and all other stuff. However, we can still play out the sales as well in case if we get any kind of market structure that align with our plan. So this was about gold. Let's look at the GBPUSD. Let's look at the daily. On the daily, you can see we had a market breakout structure that was literally on the October. Since then we are getting pullback. We can expect pullback on the extreme zone. Basically, this is the last zone where the price can hold or either can go up, but this is our expectation. This price will be holding because this price caused this break of structure, so we can expect this price to hold. So price can come down, make structure, and then go down, but we will see how it's going. However, on the daily, it will move slow, so we can expect price to come back to this fair value gap and this demand zone before go up. Why? Because we can see we had like minor internal break of structure. As you can see, price broke this structure and then gone up. Now we expect price to pull back and then go up. So yeah, let's look at the 4-hour. On 4-hour, you can see price keep breaking the structure. This is the same area as the daily. We had massive break of structure. Here you can see recent price action where the price broke the structure, and now we're expecting pullback, and we can expect pullback near to EQ level, basically 50% of Fibonacci's. Here you can see price break minus structure on this one as well, so we can expect price to at least come back to this area. It can come down back to all of this demand before price to go up. However, we will closely monitor because we know overall from the daily perspective we can expect price to come down and go up, so we can target until this area. So our forever is basically swing is bearish because we had that where breakout structure at the down. Internal we are bullish, as you can see price keep breaking these structures. If we go to 1 hour, you can clearly see we had a breakout structure. After breakout structure we didn't had enough pullback. We had some minus breakout structure, basically internal breakout structure. As you can see our fib level, we can expect price to come around this area. However, we will be monitored since this is a massive, so since this is a massive area, we can expect some price to do some manipulation and before price move to up or down. We will closely monitor this because on the daily, because on the 1 hour we can clearly see we had this pause, we had this internal breakout structure, and now the price is testing this extreme demand. If this demand will not hold, then price will come down, and that will cause internal pause, that will cause internal breakout structure, and we can expect price to go down to mitigate some of this zone and then price to go up. So yeah, let's see how this will play out next week. Also we can look at the 15-minute to see how it's doing. On 50-minute you can see price break this structure on price break this structure above. After that we are just getting pullback to this extreme level. However, also if you see the minus structure, basically internal structure is bullish. If you look at our note, you can see our M15 swing is bullish and internal is bullish as well, so we expect price to keep going up. However, since we had this demand zone holding, we want to see the price keep going up and break all this structure, or else we can expect price to come down, break basically structure below, give us some kind of pullback. We can expect price to go up and test some of the untested zone, and it can come down to fulfill the high time structure, because on high time we expect price to pull back on some of the level, basically on this area. So we will see how the price will be doing over the week. EURUSD on the daily we can see EURUSD is bullish since we had this break of structure on 16th of September. Since then we had pullback closer to our demand area. However, we had this fair value gap where the price tested and now is going up, so we can expect price to keep bullish until we take the previous high. So yeah, overall on the daily we are bullish. 4 hour, if you look at the big picture, we had this massive break of structure. After this break of structure we had this internal break of structure. As you can see we had 2 break of structure in row, and now we're expecting price to come back to this zone. However, since we had this massive break of structure, we can expect price to pull back in any of these level, as we have some inefficient price left over, so we can expect price to come down anytime. However, since we have structure in place, we will be playing within that structure unless if the price will give us any form of a break of previous lower high, then we can look into the sell. For now we are fully bullish. We can expect price to come down in any of this area and then go up, or else the price will go down and give us sell opportunity. Let's look at the 1 hour. On 1 hour you can see we had this break of structure, and after break of structure we expect pullback. So as you can see, if we use our fib, we expecting pullback, so price can basically come down in one of these area. We expect price not to break this area, as this is the previous lower high. We don't want the price to break it. However, if the price will do break, then we will look into the sell position. For now we are expecting price to give us some type of formation before we look into the buy. Let's look at the 15-minute. Here on the 15-minute you can see the price gave this massive breakout structure, and now we just having this pullback. And on these 15-minute you can see we are swing bullish. Internal is bearish. Why is bearish? Because if you see the price action, price breakout structure, After break of structure, we expect pullback. So now the price is breaking previous lower high and creating new lower low. So you can see the price just break these structures and created new. So we expect price to come down all the way down around this area, price to come down around this area before it can go up, as we have some insufficient price left over. So we can expect price to fill that one and go up. As we on 1 hour, we expect the same thing. We expect price to come down on one of the zone and then go up. That is the overall analyze for these pair. I'm only trading gold, GBP, EURUSD, since they are moving good and give a lot of opportunity to get into the trades. However, we will closely monitor these trades in case if we can get into this one in London session or New York. We will keep eye on it and we'll see.